Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome back to FTB Unstable. That's right, folks, we're back in our unstable world. We're doing some modded Minecraft. Last episode, we worked on getting some bees, and let me just tell you, they're doing okay. The bees have been quite buzz productive. We've got a lot of drones. I mean, like a lot of drones. We've got a fair number of princesses. We're getting some honeycombs out of it. I've been making these impregnated frames to carry on. I also went out and did some exploring, and I found a mossy comb, or a mossy. What is it? A mossy hive, and got a mossy princess and a marshy drone. Not mossy, marshy princess, marshy drone. I found a wintry princess and a wintry drone. And I also have these I had already, a forest princess and a forest drone. Now I also have a modest drone and a modest princess that I haven't put in here yet. But these, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, these I actually have to have environments that they can survive and thrive in, and they don't always work in the environment that they're in, and so you have to kind of, hello bee, buzz buzz buzz. You have to create a bee environment for them to live in. But in order to set the controls right on the bee environment, you have to know what kind of characteristics, or what kind of genealogy or genes that these things have. And so in order to do that, you need a bee analyzer. Well, they don't have the bee analyzer anymore. The bee analyzer, I guess, got taken out in like version 5 of Forestry. What we do have, though, is we have this portable analyzer, and the portable analyzer can be used to create an actual analyzer. And there's a lot of stuff in Forestry that we probably ought to take a look at. One of the things is the Alveary. The Alveary is the thing that we would want to build so that each one of these bees is in an environment that they can live in, that they can survive and thrive in. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on getting towards building our first Alveary. And so I guess the first step in that is going to be to create this analyzer, this portable analyzer. It's not too complicated. It's just some glass and some tin, some redstone and a diamond. But we need to change our carpenter setup a little bit because the carpenter needs to have water. Now I suspect that the best way to do that. Whoa, Scow, excuse me. Just like my throat just like locked up on me and said, nope, you're not talking no more. So I think the best way to do that is to just create another carpenter. What I want to do is I want to bring all of our bee stuff out here. We've got the carpenter, and we've got the squeezer over there in the Hall of Justice, and it's attached to our big power capacitor bank. But I think the best thing to do is to bring it out here and just do all of our forestry stuff right out here, out in the open, where we don't have to continuously run back and forth. Now I did chunk load this. I put in one of these ender anchors, and so this is chunk loaded. And boy, let me tell you, I got to start looking at this a little bit carefuler. Careful, is carefuler a word? How about more careful? If I pull up the chunk boundaries, look at this. I put this chest right on the edge of the chunk, and I almost got it too far back so that it would have been in like 4 different chunks. And so, yeah, I got to start pulling up these chunk lines before I start plopping things down. But this is going to be okay. I think if we use this whole chunk for our beekeeping endeavors, then I think we're going to be okay. Because I think I can put alvearies are 3x3s. So hello, creeper. Hi. I see you over there. I see you. You're not quite dead yet. Now you're dead. So yeah, I think if we use this one chunk here, maybe 2 chunks, I don't know. Maybe we'll expand it out that way too. We might actually put everything right down there because that's more of a flat surface. Or we could just terraform this. I don't know. But anyway, if we put all this stuff in one chunk, it'll be easy to maintain. We can chunk load it, and because these ender anchors, they load one chunk. So I mean, that works perfect for us. So yeah, I guess we're going to head over here to the Hall of Justice and start building this analyzer. I think I've got everything that I need. Plus, we're going to have to make another carpenter so that we can get water into it, which means that we're also going to have to come up with a way to get water. Now, I don't think is there a way to pump water? I don't think that there's a way to pump water yet. We've got this high pressure pump. Well, no. We got a pump from industrial craft. What's this? That's a mana pump. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. I know that a couple of the other YouTubers that are doing this mod pack, I know that they've come up with a way to gather liquids. So I know Chokester did something with lava, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do something with water. So anyway, we got to make this this analyzer. So let's go ahead and make an analyzer. A-N-A-L-Y, analyzer, portable type. And it says that we have to do that in a carpenter, so we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4 tin, some glass panes, some redstone, and some diamond. So glass, we have lots of these, so we'll just take these. 1, 2, 3, 4. We needed tin, which we have lots of. 1, 2, 3, 4. We needed redstone. We needed 2 of those. And we needed a diamante, which we have a fair number of those. I mean, you know, we don't have like an endless supply, but we've got a fair amount. And then we need to put that into a carpenter that has water in it. So I guess let's go ahead. How much water did it need? That's the other question. So we're looking for an analyzer. And it needed, it needs 2,000 millibuckets of water. So 2 buckets of water will create the analyzer, which is, I mean, that's easy to do. I've got buckets, and we can do that. But let's go ahead and create a carpenter, I guess. I think we can do that pretty easy. Carpenter. Yep, there it is. So there's that. And I think we've got everything we need for that. Oh, we don't have any of those? I thought I made extras of those. Oh, no, I didn't. I have, let's do this. Boom. Now we can do this. Skadoosh. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got ourselves an extra carpenter. Let's go ahead and break this carpenter. Now, ooh, that's a good question. If I break this, do the fluids come out of it? I don't know that they do. I don't know that they stay in there. I bet they don't. You lose the fluids, of course. Darn it. Okay, well. Oh well, such is life, right? We can always make more seed oil. Do I have a bucket on me? I think my buckets are in here. I think. Bucket. I do have buckets. Okay, so I need to charge this thing up. I also need to charge up my portable charged porter, and probably gather up a few building blocks that we might want to use for this thing too. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and when I come back, we'll be back out there at the new forestry base. So hang tight, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I built myself a little box. I built myself a 9x9. I know. Direwolf 20, 9x9. So yeah, I built myself a little 9x9 where I can kind of work and get things squared away. I've got all the stuff that we need to do what we wanted to do next. We've got a dimensional transceiver. So what I figured on was taking the dimensional transceiver and maybe putting it right back here. Okay, and we want it set up so that it'll receive power, send and receive. So we want to receive power, right? And we're not worried about items too much yet. I just need power for right now. So to start off with, I want to take the squeezer, okay? I want to take the squeezer and put it right there. And then I want to take the carpenter. I want to take the carpenter and put one here and one here. This one here, the squeezer, we're going to take and put the fluid. Whoops, we're going to put the fluid conduit in between, just like we had in the main base. So this one is going to be an extract always. This one's going to be an insert. Okay. So now if I go in here and put some seeds in there, I've got a couple of seeds anyway. There we go. If I put some seeds in there, oh, no power. So let's get some conduits right here, and just do like so. There we go. Now, yeah, now it's squeezing. So now we can do that, and we'll be able to have, we got power in here to this, and it should, yeah, so we got 20 seed oil now. Perfect. The next thing that we want to do sleep before the big baddies come out. But the next thing we want to do is we want to get some water into that other into this other carpenter. So let's get ourselves a couple of bouquets. So let's see here. Whoops, that's it. There we go. Get a couple of buckets. It says that we need 2 buckets full of water to make this analyzer. So let's go down here and grab ourselves a couple. Put it into the carpenter. I think we can do it like this. Yeah, we can. And where's the other one? There it is. Sploosh. Okay, so oh, and you can take it back out too. That's no bueno. I don't want to do that. But anyway, that's that. So we put this right here. We put these right here, right? We put these right here, and we put this right there. Okay, and then we plop that in there, that in there, and that in there, and it should, yeah, there it goes. It's making ourselves a little analyzer. How about that? I brought too much glass. I did. I brought too much glass. All right, so we'll get this analyzer, and then we'll start looking at some of these bees and see what kind of characteristics, what kind of genetic characteristics they have, because that should tell us what kind of habitat we need to create for them, if that makes any sense. All right, so let's go in here. Yeah, right. So the portable genetic analyzer. I think we put the bee up here. I think. Supply bee, tree, butterfly, or other individual and provide honey or... Oh, I need honey. So how do I get honey? I need a honey drop, right? I think you get the honey drop. Do you get the honey drop from the squeezer? You might. I don't know. No, you get the honey drop, I think, from a centrifuge. Let's see here. Honey. Yeah, there's honey. Honey drop, honey dew. So honey we get from a centrifuge. Yep. Which is probably, hopefully that's pretty easy to build. Let's take a look. Where? Let's see, go in here and do centrifuge. There it is, right there. We need a sturdy casing. We need some glass of some kind. It looks like just the quite clear glass is fine. And we need some copper. So all of that, we should have all of that back at the base over here, back at the Hall of Justice. Which reminds me, there's one thing that I want to do with this, and I'm hoping MC Jetty is watching this. I want to be able to use screens. I want to be able to use the RF Tools screens and have a map on it. I think that would look really cool, and I want it to be able to be big. I want it to be able to overlay. So MC Jetty, if you're looking at this, I'll even tweet you about it. I want you to see if you can come up with a map card, because I think that screens with a map on it would be amazing. You know, you got to go out and program them and make them what you want to make them, and it would give us another way of displaying a map, because you know right now you can make a map and you can put an item frame on the wall and you can put the map on the item frame and it will make a big map board, right? Well, why can't we do that with screens? So MC Jetty, if you're watching this, hold on, let me get serious about this now. MC Jetty, if you're watching this, map cards, right? Map cards. Everybody go like this. Everybody say yes. Map cards. Map cards would be great, because I want to, you know, since this is the Hall of Justice and it's you know, it's kind of based on superheroism and all that. It makes sense that they would have a map to be able to see the world and what's going on in the world, right? So anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at right there. But anyway, we got to get enough of that. I got to get back into my normal view here. And what did I come over here for? I came over here to build stuff. So we need to make a centrifuge, but in order to do that we have to have a sturdy casing. So let's make one of those. And then we have to have all of this, right? Glass and, okay, centrifuge, cool. Might as well put our helmet back on so that our stuff stays charged up. We're probably going to need to make a new environmental controller too for over here, I would guess, if we're going to spend time over here. All right, so let's get this thing going and see if we can get some honey drops, or not some, well, honey drops, I guess is what you could call them. Well, I guess we'll just put the centrifuge right here. We'll get power to said centrifuge, like this, and then we go in there. Oh yeah. So let's get some honey combs from here. We should have plenty. we do. And just the regular honeycombs should be fine, I would think. And if we plop that in there like that, oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's this thing for? Empty socket. Beeswax. Please tell me we're going to get some honey. Yeah, so there's a honey drop. Okay, so let's take that, and let's take one of our bees. If I use one of these bees, do I get the bee back? Let's try it with one that we've got a bunch of. I'm sure we do. I'm sure we get the bee back. But you can never be safe. You can never be too cautious, right? So if we put the bee there, and we put the honey there, does it do its... Okay, wait. Is there something I'm supposed to put here? I don't know. I don't know. Supply bee, tree, butterfly, or other individual and provide honey or honeydew as a pacifier. I don't know what this is supposed to do. Analytics? Is there something I'm supposed to put there? Analytics? Analyzer? That's an RF Tools Analyzer. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go to the wiki. So hang tight, and I'm going to find out what I'm supposed to do with this thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm figuring out this whole bee thing. It got kind of glitched a little bit. I put my first bee in there, and when I put the bee in here, I couldn't get him back out. It kept, like losing the bee. But then I put some extra honey in there, and put the honey in and out, and finally it made it so that I could take the bees out. So these Meadows bees, they're not very special, right? They're not very rare. They don't do much. They just produce honeycombs, which is great. I mean, I'm gonna need to have a bee that's going to produce a lot of honeycombs. There's really no mutations for it. It doesn't look like, which is fine. And then there are some classifications of the bee there that we can get off of this level 5 thing. So what I'm going to do next is I think I'm going to take this marshy. I think I'm going to take the marshy princess, and I think I want to try and analyze that one. So let's do that. So its pollination is slower. It likes mushrooms. So if I'm going to do anything with marshy princesses, I got to have mushrooms, which is cool. And then over here, what do we got here? So climate tolerance. It likes damp humidity. It is not nocturnal. Okay. All right, that's good to know. Oops. And then down in here, it's going to produce mossy combs, which is fine. Okay. It does have... Okay, so I guess this means that there are mutations available, but it doesn't tell you necessarily what they are. Seriously? Mushrooms? Get out of here. That's funny. Okay, so that one likes mushrooms. All right. What about the forest princess? Let's see what that one likes. So we'll drop that in there. And it just produces regular honeycombs. Okay, so the next thing I think I got to figure out, I'll go through and do all of the analyzing of these bees off camera, the rest of the bees anyway. But the next thing I got to figure out is how do we mutate these bees? How do we cross them over and make new genomes of bees? Because if we look here, you can see that there are a ton of bees, right? The other thing I should do is go to the end and get some bees from there, because there are end bees, and there might even be nether bees too. Diligent drones and diligent queens, agrarian. Okay, agrarian. I bet those are farmer bees. Anyway, so I think what I need to do is I need to go back to the wiki again and figure out what the next step is as far as getting bees to breed, and then I think we're gonna work on some stuff for an alveary so that we can start really getting into what these bees are capable of. So hang tight for just a minute. I'll be right back with you, and we should be ready to do something a little bit more exciting. Okay, so this is interesting. I was on my way to a waypoint that I had set way over there because I found an arborist. I actually have one. I have a soul vial already that has a. Oh wait, It says villager. Okay, wait a minute. Let's see that, because I had an Apiarist in here. Okay, he's still in there. Good. And so we're going to get some good trades from him as far as stuff like that goes. So let's capture him again. And I want an arborist, so let's check out this guy. So he's going to give us some sequoia planks. We also have a poplar sapling, and I'm sure we'll get some other saplings too. So let's go ahead and get that guy. And then in here, there's some stuff in the chest. Oh yeah, we'll get the hill cherry sapling, and we'll also get the teak sapling. I think that teak tree, I think that's really, really nice looking wood. Grafter, I think that's kind of an important thing, so we'll take that. I don't know that we need any extra honeycombs because, just because I don't have a common drone, I don't think. So what can I get rid of? How about we get rid of, yeah, we'll get rid of obsidian because we've got plenty. Oh, don't get rid of the backpack. Holy cow. Getting rid of the backpack would not be a good idea. What else can I get rid of? I guess dirt. Don't really need the dirt. So yeah, I was on my way out there to get to that other place, and sure enough, aha! What do we have here? We have a modest queen over here and a modest queen over here. Can I break these? I can't pick it up. Let's put these in here. We'll grab these tree saplings and we'll put those in the backpack. I'm going to go ahead and steal these apiaries because I can always use these to help breed up some of my other bees, right? So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to check around here and clean out whatever else I can, and then we're going to head back to the base and we're going to get started on this alveary. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I've been doing a little bit of research, and I think I figured this out. So, the first thing that we need to make, and you saw that I had a carpenter there. I just had to create another one of those. I actually had to create another squeezer and another carpenter because in order to make the alveary, you need to make these alveary blocks, right? And the alveary blocks require scented paneling and impregnated casings. The scented paneling is easy enough, but you got to have royal jelly, you've got to have beeswax, you've got to have a pollen cluster. So we got to get all of this stuff, right? And we get the pollen cluster, or we get the royal jelly from crated royal jelly. I'm not sure where we're supposed to get that from, but with the crated royal jelly, yeah, see, there's no recipe for it. Is that something that comes out of the centrifuge? I don't know. I don't know. The other thing that we needed was we needed to have, let's see, beeswax, pollen cluster. That's crated pollen clusters. So I don't know where that comes from either. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. So I don't know where those are supposed to come from. If you guys know where they're supposed to come from, we'll talk about that. But I had to make these because in order to make this, we also have to have. Let's see. Well, I was looking at something. We also had to have. Oh, we had to have honey. So I can put the honeycombs in here, right? And that'll get us liquid honey. So I'm going to go ahead and get that process started. We'll just grab a stack of these honeycombs and put those in there so that we can actually get, yeah, grab a stack of those honeycombs, put those in there, right? Or not. Wait a minute. How do you get how you get honey? I know I saw. Oh yeah, squeezer. Honey drops. Oh, okay, so it's the honey drops. Whoops. So let's grab those. Put those over here. I thought it was the honeycombs for some reason. There we go. So now we're going to start getting honey, and that's going to get fed over into here, right? Honey, honey, honey. Wow. 20. Okay, there we go. So it's making honey, which is good. I guess we're going to have to wait on this. We're going to have to wait on this alveary to find out exactly how we get those two items, the the royal jelly, which I think you have to get from a specific kind of bee, and maybe even these pollen clusters come from a specific type of bee. So maybe it's actually time to see if we can start crossbreeding some of these bees up and see what we come up with. I moved my two bee houses outside, and you know, I guess they're working. I don't really know. My plan is to put the first alveary like right over in here. It's a 3x3x3 structure, so 3 this way, 3 up. You got to put some planks on the top of it, or not planks, but slabs of any kind of wood, and you basically get this giant bee house. That you can do things to control. So you got this this alveary swarmer, you've got this alveary fan, you've got this heater, so you can make it cooler, you can make it warmer, you can adjust the humidity level. You remember seeing in some of those bees that we had that they had a specific kind of of climate that they liked. Some of them like it colder, some of them like it hotter, some of it like it more humid or more moist, and so that is something that we definitely are going to have to figure out. But I think the only way to figure that out, the only way to get to that, is if we start having bees that will give us some of these other more random things like this royal jelly. I don't know how to make royal jelly. I need to figure out how to make royal jelly. But sadly, folks, we are out of time for today. I know that we didn't get a whole lot done. We did find a village over there, and we found ourselves a couple of guys. So we're going to go ahead and turn those loose. But yeah, I think that we're out of time for today, folks. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe. The likes and subscriptions help us out oh so immensely when it comes to those YouTube search results. The other thing that helps out a lot is comments. So make sure that you leave your comments down in the bottom, your tips, your tricks, your pointers, your attaboys, your what in the world's were you thinking, all of that stuff, so that we can talk about it and get better at what we are doing here. So anyway, once again, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, we will catch you on the flip side. Hey, get off of me. We'll catch you on the flip side. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.